everyone, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Kenny. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday morning here. It's about 75 degrees. It's going to get up probably about 85 or 90 this afternoon. But I want to talk to you just a little bit about some flowers this morning. What an appropriate time to talk about them. It is so nice to grow beautiful flowers, and I know many of you do grow them as well. Now, I grow a few impatiens, and today I want to give you a tip or two on how you can actually grow them and revitalize your old potting soil to where that they will be huge and grow wonderful. So you hang around and I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? As I stated, folks, and said, I grow a few impatiens. And I want to share these with you this morning. As you can see, I've got multicolors. These are actually so easy to grow. And I want to give you a small tour of these. These are actually sitting on my deck. Insects love them, by the way. They're sitting on my deck. I've got about 6 or 7 huge plant containers, and these are about 6 weeks old. But I want to tell you, folks, I am so pleased with these, and the reason I'm so pleased with them is because of how they have endured. They have endured. These are about 6 weeks old. If you remember, in some parts of the country, back in the first week of May, we had about a half a dozen frost. And on top of that, we had a huge hard freeze. I mean, the temp was down about 28, 29 degrees. I remember specifically. I'll never forget that. But these impatient flowers, they went through that massive freeze and frost. Now, you would think that by looking at these flowers that would be impossible, because they are subject to be killed with frost. And that's exactly what happened. The tops of them froze. The frost really just caused them to wither and die. These flowers, folks, have come back, if you will, from the dead. And they are thriving, and they are absolutely beautiful. I love this really red, vibrant color. These beautiful pinks. They are so beautiful. Now, there's a secret I want to share with you, and it's really not a secret. If you've tried to grow flowers in the past, let me help you here if you're having some bad luck growing flowers. And I think it can. This potting soil, this big plant, this big pot here that these are in, it's one of the biggest in the entire group that I have here. But the potting soil that's in these have not been revitalized. This year was the first time that I revitalized them, and the potting soil is actually 3 to 4, maybe 5 years old. And you know what I'm talking about. If you don't revitalize that soil in these pots, your flowers will be very, very iffy. I mean, they will be tiny at the most. But these here are growing as a result of fish bone meal. I revitalized, before I planted these flowers, I revitalized the old potting mix that, like I said, it's a few years old. I revitalized it with fish bone meal. And these flowers, even after they got brutally attacked with the frost. With that potting mix revitalized with that fishbone meal, these flowers have come back from the dead. And they are more beautiful this year. That's right. They are more beautiful this year than they have ever been in the history of me growing impatiens. So give this a try. And let me tell you, if you're having some bad luck growing your flowers, no matter what type of flowers you grow, give the fishbone meal a try. And I'm talking about you're going to see some results probably like you've never thought would ever occur if you'll give it a chance and revitalize that old potting mix with fishbone meal. And it pays also too. I keep my water hose handy, and let me tell you, that is one of the most important things, is keep your water hose handy to where that they can be watered, and especially if you live in a dry climate to where you don't get a lot of rain, but that water hose. And one of the things you got to remember, folks, this is very important. Putting regular tap water, around here we call it city water. This is important. There are chemicals in water, in your water, if it's not filtered out. There are chemicals in that water that runs through your hose that can really do a lot of harm to a lot of plants. And a lot of people may not realize that, but you just run a check and do a Google on your water and what's in your water and find out that that's not one of their issues maybe as to why your flowers are not growing very well. I will not put that type of water on my flowers. This hose here, this water hose, I have got a deep well, and there's no chemicals in that water. Plus it's filtered with a filter, and that water is pure going on those flowers. And I think that helps to make a big difference in the quality of your flowers that you grow. So I wanted to share these tips with you and let you see these beautiful flowers. And keep in mind, folks, these things will grow all summer long and thrive because they are just absolutely taking that nutrition, that fishbone meal, and they're, I mean, just flourishing to the max. So we thought we'd share this with you this morning, and we thought we'd give you a little tour of this flower, these flower beds, pots here. These are on my deck, and believe me, I've got plans to plant a whole lot more of these. So we appreciate you this morning for viewing our videos, and we hope that you enjoyed this little tour of our flowers. So listen, try that fishbone meal and see what happens, and give it a try. And if you like these videos, go ahead and hit the like button for us. We will certainly appreciate it. And think about subscribing while you're at it. We would love to have you as a subscriber. So you have a wonderful, blessed afternoon, and we will talk to you later.